So it looks like the goons are heading out. They're climbing into their Humvees and they're driving away with their Humvees. My guess is that they're gonna bring those Humvees over here and do the same thing again. Because they want to come over and clear out this camp next, and if they get the chance, clear out Sacred Stone Camp. So these guys got to be ashamed of themselves, you know. They came over and violated the rights of the people. They actively attacked people who are in prayer. So the right to freedom of religion is being desecrated. And, you know, people's personal property is being destroyed. So, you know, they have to feel some shame over what they're doing right now, because they're not actually serving the public at all. These guys, they're the worst kind of fascists. They basically came in here, they arrested a bunch of people, they used military equipment, and they actually used the military. This is the National Guard right there. You're looking at the United States Army National Guard in the form of the North Dakota National Guard. That's who you're looking at right here. And basically what they did is they used the army to protect the pipeline. So these guys, they're basically assets of the oil industry is what they are. They don't want to think about it like that, but they're the property of the oil industry. They're you know, they got oil on their nose. They're basically dirty mercenaries is what they are. So I'm not really sure how to say it, but they're certainly not public servants. Whatever else they are, they're not here to serve the public's well-being. You know, I'm basically ashamed of my government right now. I've been ashamed of my government before, but right now I'm really ashamed of my government. Because if you look at these guys, they're decked out in military gear. A lot of them actually are the military. The long and short of it is, these goons, that one just ate it. He doesn't know how to walk. So it looks like they're forming up. They might be getting ready to do another attack. They might be falling back. It's hard to say. You can see over here they have a line on 1806 of goon vehicles all ready to come across and evict Rosebud. So I still have some battery left. I think, I'm not 100%, but I think they're gonna form up and attack Rosebud next. You guys are cowards! You're cowards! You got no honor! Your mom is ashamed of you! You've got oil on your nose. You're tools of oppression. You've got oil on your nose. So basically what you're looking at are people who were bought and paid for by the oil industry. The oil industry bought these guys, and the oil industry paid for them. And it just goes to show you how cheap American democracy really is. Like, American democracy can be bought by billionaires. They don't... You have no honor! You have no honor! You were bought by an oil company! You're a cheap hooker! So yeah, these guys, they're cheap. The oil company bought them. They're for sale. If you're wondering what it takes to buy the United States Army, you just have to be an oil company and you can buy the United States Army. The oil company bought you. You're cheap hookers. You're bought and sold by an oil company just like a barrel of oil. You're a cheap hooker. So anyway, just doing a little bit of in-person trolling. See if I can find a megaphone over here. You got bought by an oil company. You are a cheap hooker. The oil industry bought and sold you like a barrel of oil. You are a dirty, dirty whore. Your mom is ashamed of you. You got bought and sold by an oil company. You sold out for an oil company. You guys are hookers. You're hookers. You're cheap, cheap hookers. Your grandmother is ashamed of you. Your children are ashamed of you. You are hookers. Cheap, dirty hookers. You are for sale. If I had the money, I could buy you because you're hookers. Cheap, dirty hookers. You are hookers. They're praying for him. When you go to sleep tonight, remember, you were bought and paid for by an oil company because you're a cheap hooker.
You are a hooker. The oil company uses you. You are for sale. You should be ashamed. I hope you choke on a donut. I hope you know you're a hooker.
Sorry, Facebook, but just have to shame him for a second here.
You are a dirty hooker. You are a cheap hooker. You have no morals. You should go to a fascist country because you have no morals. You are dirty little hookers. And you're cowards. You are cowards. You are oil pawns. The oil company used you. You are for sale. If I had the money, I could buy your cheap asses because you are for